Hello everyone, it's Crystal. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. I hope 2021 is working out to be everything that you hoped it would be already. Even though it's only 5 o'clock on January 1st, I hope you're having a wonderful year so far. We are in for our 5th JJ21 preview. Today I'm going to feature the Circle Sale-a-bration stamp set. But I have one announcement before I feature the stamp set and the samples. First thing is, since today is January 1st, the add-ons for the January 2021 Paper Pumpkin kit is available. I ordered 2 add-ons this morning, so that was a reminder for me to remind you that if you are thinking about subscribing to the January 2021 Paper Pumpkin, you have until the 10th of January, next Sunday, to Sunday after next, I should say, to subscribe. But if you want this add-on, you need to subscribe sooner than that because these add-ons don't last long. I know I'm not the only, I know my team leader bought some today. I bought 2 add-ons. So I know we are not the only ones. So I just wanted to give you a heads up because these add-ons, the refills, etc., they don't last long. So once again, the Sending Hearts Paper Pumpkin Kit, you have until January 10th to subscribe to the kit. However, if the add-on is interesting to you, you need to subscribe sooner than that so you can buy the add-on. Only people who are subscribed to the Paper Pumpkin Kit can buy the add-ons. There's a place on the website. It asks you for your email address. They check to make sure you are a subscriber. The add-on is called Little Love Boxes. The item number is 156842. The add-on includes 20 printed mini boxes and 24 decorative die cuts and labels. It coordinates with the Sending Hearts Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's available starting today, January 1st, 2021. And also, the snails in this kit coordinate with a kit that's in the JJ21 mini catalog. That's another reason why I bought it, because that suite that I just mentioned that's in the JJ21 catalog, I'm going to order that next week. Next Friday, actually. So it's called the Snail Mail Suite. I don't have it yet, so I can't show you pictures in the catalog yet. But if you have the catalog, the JJ21 mini catalog, the Snail Mail Suite in that catalog will coordinate with this add-on. So just to let you know, you can get a lot of bang for your buck. You get the Paper Pumpkin, you can get the add-on, and if you have that Snail Mail, if you plan to buy the Snail Mail Suite, it will all work together. So this is the Circle Sale-a-bration. When I did my unboxing, I mentioned that when I make a quilt, 90% of my quilts have some kind of polka dot fabric. I really like circles. So when I saw this stamp set in the catalog, I knew that I was going to buy it. So there are 11 stamps, circles of different sizes, different decorations in the circles. And since this stamp set does not have any sentiments, I combined it with this stamp set called Press On. I drink coffee fairly regularly, so when I saw this stamp set, Press On, is in the August to December 2020 mini catalog. And that catalog, August to December 2020, that catalog expires on January 4th, which is Monday. So you have until Monday to order things. This is retiring. I'm glad I bought it because I have a lot of friends who drink coffee, and this could actually be a teacup, so you could use this for something else. So I wanted to use it with the Circle Sale-a-bration just to make you aware that this is retiring. So there are 12 stamps. They're the Klingon stamps, the red rubber. You have some coffee cups. This is just this design you can put on top of your coffee cup. Coffee is always a good idea. I would agree with that. All you need is confidence and lots of coffee, a cup of thanks. Hope your day is full of perks. Coffee with some hearts. Press on. There's another heart. There's some coffee beans. And then there's another cup that could be, you could use it as a teacup if you wanted to use, say, tea. If you drink tea, if your friend drinks tea who you're giving the card to, you can use this cup as a teacup. Or you can use this cup as a teacup also. And start when if you buy coffee or hot tea from Starbucks, you get the same cup. So you could do either one of these. So I'll show you the stamp set. The Circle Sale-a-bration is a photopolymer stamp set. This is what the stamps look like. So I used them in my samples today. And I have 4 samples to share. And the press-on stamp set. Once again, it's in the August to December 2020 mini catalog. It is going to retire. It's on page 68 of that catalog if you have it and you're interested. And here are the stamps again. Good size, good detail, gives a good impression. I like the red stamps. So I used, in addition to my cardstock, I used the Ombre Designer Series paper. It is 6x6 paper. This paper is not for sale. It is a Sale-a-bration item. If you purchase, I believe it's $50. Yes, $50 worth of merchandise. $50 worth of Stampin' Up! Products from the JJ21 catalog or the annual catalog during Sale-a-bration, you could earn some of this paper. In addition to this pack right here, I have three unopened packs. So I believe I'm going to offer this as a prize because I don't think I'm going to be able to go through 4 full packs. So the colors for Ombre are Bermuda Bay. This is Bermuda Bay. Blackberry Bliss. This is Blackberry Bliss. Granny Apple Green. This is Granny Apple Green. Rococo Rose. I don't have that color. That is a 2019 to 2021 in color. I don't have anything from that particular in color family. And Whisper White. And as you see, for the ombre effect, it goes from dark to light. This is the Blackberry Bliss. And you have the Granny Apple Green on the opposite side. And you have the ombre without the dots. And the reason I wanted to use this paper is because the dots make you think of coffee. Coffee beans, the steam coming out, rising out of the coffee, you know, that's water droplets. So this side made me think of water, coffee, steam, etc. So this is just a plain ombre, Blackberry Bliss, dark to light. And the Granny Apple Green is also on the other side. This is Rococo Rose, same design, with the Bermuda Bay on the opposite side. No dots, Rococo Rose, Bermuda Bay on the opposite side. So those 4 colors, 4 sheets. There are 48 sheets in this pack. So you get 12 sets of this, what I just showed you. And you can mix and match. It can go far. If you prefer Granny Apple Green, then you'll have 24 sheets of 12 and 12. So that's just something to keep in mind once you start shopping during Sale-a-bration. This paper is free with a $50 purchase. Granny Apple Green is one of my favorite colors. Granny Apple Smith apples are my favorite apples. So once I saw Granny Apple Green was in this paper pack, I knew I had to get it. So let's get to our first card. This is our first card. This is basic black cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a layer of white, Whisper white cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4. And then there's a piece of the Ombre. This is 3 3/4 by 5. So essentially I took a 1/4 inch off each of the cuts of the layers, and you get 1/8 of an inch margin all around. I use Cup of Thanks, a Cup of Thanks, and then I use this circle right here. I went from the stamp pad to the paper, and then I did a first generation right here without re-inking. So that gave me some good tone on tone images. And I use this heart right here, and these are called matte black dots. These are in the August to December mini catalog, and these are half price right now until January 4th. So I bought at least 2 packs of those. And then when you open the card, all you need is confidence and lots of coffee. It's also stamped in Bermuda Bay. And then this circle right here on the edge. This Whisper white cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4, your basic layer. Quick card, not complicated. If you need to say thank you really quickly to someone, you can make this card and get it to them. So that's our first one. Our second card, coffee is always a good idea. So this is Whisper white cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have one of the Ombres, the Blackberry Bliss. I have the solid one at 4 1/4 by 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have the same Blackberry Bliss Ombre with the dots, 3 3/4 by 5. So I have 2 layers, and then I have this is 2. This is Blackberry Bliss cardstock, 2 by 3 3/4. And to get this cup, I stamped this cup on a piece of Whisper white cardstock, and I just fussy cut it. I don't particularly like fussy cutting, but since all the sides are straight, I did it. I prefer having dies or using my scan and cut, but since this was just a one-off, I did it. And to get the cup sleeve, I took a scrap piece of the Ombre. I stamped, and I turned it over to the Granny Apple Green side, and then I stamped this cup. And then I just cut this around from the Granny Apple Green side so that you wouldn't see the lines on the Blackberry Bliss side. So coffee is always a good idea. Coffee cup, and the coffee cup is on dimensionals. And then I used this stamp right here, and I took Blackberry Bliss ink, and I stamped it right here. It's really subtle, but I did some tone on tone stamping right there, just to give the cup something to rest on so that it's not just floating in midair. You open the card. This is Whisper white cardstock, white on white, 4 by 5 1/4. Hope your day is full of perks. That's from this stamp set. And then I took some coffee beans. I took early espresso, and I did some random stamping. I would stamp, and then I would turn my stamping block just so that they look like they were just randomly placed. And here are the coffee beans. So another quick card. You don't need any special equipment. I mean, if you have the patience to fussy cut, this didn't take too long, but just the thought of fussy cutting just always makes me say no, I don't want to do it. But this is a quick card, has some dimension. Coffee cup is on dimensionals. The sleeve gives it some visual interest. The recipient should like that card. Our third card, similar idea. A cup of thanks. I did the same thing with the card in this sleeve as I did with the Blackberry Bliss. Same procedure. I use this stamp right here, and then I have my matte black dots. And I want to show you how I did the cup of thanks. That white is Whisper White cardstock, but I took this stamp right here, and I took just a random piece here it is, the scrap of Whisper White cardstock. I would do stamp pad to the paper, and then I would do a first generation. That's why this is lighter, and I just did some random stamping. Then I took the cup of thanks stamp, stamped it on here, and then I just cut it around and essentially made my own background paper using this, because these dots will coordinate with the Oso Ombre. So I wanted the circle theme to continue. And for the sleeve, the Rococo Rose is on the opposite side of the Bermuda Bay Designer Series paper. So I flipped the paper over to the Rococo Rose side, stamped this cup, and I just cut out the sleeve area and adhered it to this cup. And this cup is also on dimensionals. The card itself is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. There's one layer of solid Oso Ombre, 4 by 5 1/4, and this layer with the dots is 3 3/4 by 5. And then you open it up. Hope your day is full of perks. That's in Memento Black ink. And there's another Bermuda Bay, same stamp. This one right here, just off to the corner. So this takes, it's a simple concept, but you have to set your background first, then cut that, or stamp that, then cut it around. I just use my trimmer. If you had a die cutting machine, you can use a die and make this a particular shape, but I wanted to just keep some clean lines. And then we have the matte black dots. And let me know if you have any questions. And our final card is Whisper White cardstock, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And I took the Granny Apple Green side. I cut it 4 by 5 1/4. I rounded the edges. And then I took a solid piece of the Granny Apple Green Oso Ombre. And this is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. I took a 1/2 inch off. So 4. So this is 3 1/2. And this is 5 1/4. So this is 4 3/4. All you need is confidence and lots of coffee from this stamp set. And here are the coffee cups, give you lots of coffee. From here, 3 matte black dots. And I just took my ruler and a black Sharpie just to draw this line. I didn't want the coffee cups just floating. And then I used this stamp, Granny Apple Green ink, stamp it, go from the stamp to the pad to the paper, and then I did another one. That's why you see some lighter color Granny Apple Green leaves there. So here's another example of what I did. So I would stamp it at the bottom, and there's my coffee cups. That's just, this is Blackberry Bliss on the other side. And then you open your card. Hope your day is full of perks. Whisper white on whisper white, 4 by 5 1/4. Then we have some coffee beans in the corner. Hope your day is full of perks is in Memento Black ink. And this is also Memento Black ink. So just some nice cards to say, I'm thinking about you. Thank you. I hope that these cards give you some thoughts, some inspiration. If you're a coffee drinker, I think I did. If you're not a coffee drinker, you probably couldn't be bothered. So these are our cards for today. We use the Circle Sale-a-bration stamp set. It's in the JJ21 catalog. The press-on stamp set, which is about to retire in 3 days. So if you're interested in it, you need to grab it. And the Also Ombre Designer Series paper, which is a free Sale-a-bration item. You cannot buy this paper. You can only get this paper if your purchase is $50 from the JJ21 catalog or the annual catalog. If you have any questions about these cards, these stamp sets, Sale-a-bration, what else is going on during Sale-a-bration, feel free to contact me. There are a lot of good things in the pipeline. I can't share them now, but stay in contact with me and there will be some goodies happening. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Continue to have a happy new year and happy crafting.